hate the homies.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's going down real big. Episode number 16. 16, baby. I hate the homies podcast. I'm Rock Cheesy.
It's your first homie, Griff, and we getting our grown 16 on. How about that? Who was a grown 16?
Sweet 16, baby.
And it's your boy Super Dave. But guess what?
We don't care. All right, man. It's going to get good this week, man. We're going to talk about the Duke volleyball player that allegedly got called the N-word. You know what I'm saying? A lot of updated stories about if that was true or not. Can't wait to get into that. We got the NFL top 100 players of 2022. Homies, movies I could watch anytime. So we're going to tell you guys our top 5 movies that we can watch over and over and over again. And then, hot off the press, literally just came through. College football playoffs expanding from 4 teams up to 12 teams in 2026. Let's get it popping, baby. Yo.
I hate the homies.
All right, guys, man, there it is. Let's get it popping. We're going to talk about the Duke volleyball player, Rachel Richardson out of Fort Worth, Texas. She's the only black starting player for the Duke volleyball team, and they were playing against BYU, Brigham Young, who, by the way, less than 1% of African Americans attend that school. I didn't know it was that low of a percent.
I didn't know it was that low either, dog. Duke only got 1%.
Less than 1%, bro.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a proper visual. You have 100 marbles. You take one marble out. You try to break that marble in half because it's glass, so it won't be easy. The little chips that come off the marble, that's all the black people would do.
Yeah, that's Rachel Richardson right there, one of those chips.
Do you know how good she got to be in volleyball to be the chip out of all them marbles? I'm a fan, automatically.
Man.
The starting chip. The starting chip.
So, the snapshot of the story is every time she was served, somebody in the audience will yell out the N-word to distract her. Now, this alleged person was kicked out, banned from attending any BYU sporting events or any events, period, on campus, period, moving forward. But now, you know, there's been some new news and some updated news that this didn't never happen. So let's get into it.
This is the reason why this story came out last Saturday. And this is the reason why I didn't want to talk about it, because I think we rushed to judgment on, and I was hoping that the person didn't say, of course, they said the racial slur. So we got to say it's the N-word. We'll just go with the N-word.
Right.
If he actually said the N-word during that time, yes, it's something to get mad about. It's something to go crazy over. But I wanted to hear the entire story, because what the media does, the mainstream media, they attack a story. You got to go and dig and find out what's really going on. I think that's what we're finding out now, that all the stuff wasn't legit. I mean, out of all those people, they had 5,500 people at a volleyball game. That's impressive already. At a volleyball game, 5,500 people, but no one in that crowd, with social media going on the way it is, the way we carry our phones around, nobody
caught that person every time doing it. At least after the third time going, let me put my camera, because that guy is
exactly. I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic, whoever. You're gonna make a move to your phone because you're gonna record it. And where will you see that stuff?
So pretty much what you're saying
you could walk down, because if you was the father of the chip that was out there, you had to just make sure you get him on tape. Because a father is not going to let you say anything about his daughter, and for reals, how about let's play it both ways. The girl telling the truth. All white people need to let it be known. Just let it be known to your great grandkids and the ones they have and the mulatto ones and all of them. Y'all can't use the N-word. The fact that we tell y'all with so much conviction and passion, it just made you want to say it a little bit, but understand there's consequences for it. It's consequences for it. Myself, Super Dave. Oh, well, good. I'm going to just tell you about me. No white person is saying the N-word around me without getting pushed to the ground. Try me. How about that? And my kids is mixed, and I date out my race, and try me though. I don't care how cool we is. Try me. Now, if she's lying, or if who said it? That's the question. Did she hear the person? Is it a rumor that somebody said it? Rock.
She's the only one. She's the only person. She said she pulled aside a close friend on the team, and also they went over to their head coach, told them, and then all of a sudden they put a security guard over there in that area to see what was going on. If that person was ever even uttering the N-word, that person would not be in there. If a security guard was right there, everybody in that place can't be racist.
All right, so let me say this.
Everybody.
If this is not true, and she thought she heard the N-word over and over again,
right?
This reminds me of an episode with the Colorado Rockies baseball team. The name of their mascot is Dinger. Okay, and a fan was yelling out "Dinger," trying to get the mascot's attention during the game. He kept saying "Dinger, Dinger," like, "Hey, Dinger," while a black player on the other team was at the plate hitting. So a big story came out. Everyone thought this dude was saying the N-word to the hitter, trying to distract him, but he was really calling the mascot's name Dinger. So when you're yelling out "Dinger, Dinger," it could be mistaken for the N-word. So I'm not saying she heard
if you're
something.
Dyslexic, if your ears is dyslexic.
So
if you hear upside down,
right,
it could be mistaken.
So I don't know. 5,000 people, and she said she heard this voice say the N-word.
Rock, she didn't hear it. Just go ahead and admit it. She didn't hear that damn word.
I don't know. I wasn't there, so I can't admit nothing, bro.
Okay, 5,500 people in the arena, and no one heard him. Even the people next to him.
So
okay, some of these people.
Okay, so why would she just make it up if she didn't think she heard something?
I don't know what these kids today. I don't know why they do things. They're different from us. I mean,
let's go back to, and not to cut you off, OG. Let's go back to the 100 marbles, the half a marble, the little smear of a chip that come off one when you try to split it. Why would she jeopardize everything that she obviously been going through her entire chip of a marble half life to on this day, today, right now? You understand me? So who really said it? That's the question. Who started this rumor that no one apparently else heard this thing?
Well, no, she didn't. The best part about this thing, she didn't tweet it out. It was her godmother who tweeted it out. Who's
they playing catch up.
Who's trying to be a politician, maybe looking for some votes out there.
Oh,
I mean, that's just dig down the story, man.
Yeah, this is we gonna have to continue to follow this story, bro.
So the auntie or the godmom is risking her whole college everything and her fame because she's trying to live vicariously through the god baby.
I'm just putting it out there. She's trying to be a politician. So my whole thing about this is, when you look at the N-word, we get mad about other people using the N-word, right? Mm-hmm. So if somebody did say that at that particular game, I mean, she listened to Cardi B. She listened to Nicki Minaj. She listened to Fat Joe. I can go down the list of rappers that Eminem, who's used the N-word. We don't get uptight.
Eminem ain't used the N-word on nothing.
Yeah, what song is that, bro?
And I would love to hear that song. Eminem ain't said, I'm
put all the black people that's not black out there.
So hold on.
N-word.
You just put it out there. You just told a fib on Eminem. It's people like you that these kind of stories hit the press.
Right.
You're guilty of doing what we're talking about right now.
Right.
Am I wrong about Cardi B? Am I wrong about Cardi B?
Don't try to clean it up, man.
That don't have nothing to do with. No, don't talk about Eminem, dog. Keep
No.
Eminem name out your mouth. How about
If we
that?
didn't just correct you, and the whole world would have been
somebody
talking
would
about.
have accidentally.
Yeah, somebody would
like
say, "I hate the
Eminem
homies."
no more.
Podcast said that Eminem used the N-word all the time. And if he did, listen, if he does, I like to know what song it is.
Okay. But the bottom line is, if we're gonna get uptight and go crazy over that one person,
so you don't care if a white person call you a Negro improperly, you would be okay with it, because you kind of sounded like you. Why we making a big deal?
No, I'm not taking up for it, but I'm saying we're using the word. I mean, we use the word too much. I'm saying don't use the word at all. If we get mad at somebody else, some white people using it, why are we using it?
I agree with that. I agree with that. We do need to chill. We do need to chill on that for real.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we go around all day and all day, all night, and we got white people around us when we talking to each other, and we'll go, "What's up, N-word?" or "What's up?"
You're right. You're right. I'm with you when you're right.
Like they feel like they can be comfortable with that because we don't respect the word. We disrespect the word. We shouldn't be saying it at all. And I know I say it. I know I say it.
Yeah, I say it too, and I also say what I said earlier. No white person better not say it around me, or you gonna lay down.
I agree with you.
Gonna lay down.
Out of the three homies here, I guess I'm the only one that does not say it. Like, for real though, I don't.
N-word, please.
I don't say it.
Please.
I was about to call you one.
I don't say it. Ask my wife.
Oh, really?
Ask anybody. I don't say it.
You never use it, Rock?
No, I say Negro. I like Negro, please. That's about as close as I get to it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
So speaking of respect,
I'm not gonna lie, I use it. So
speaking of respect, can we get into the college football playoffs extending to 12 games? Can we do that, please?
Let's bring on our first guest, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 16. It's a very special episode. So today, our first guest is an University of Georgia alum. Not only did he go to the school, he played football for the school on Saturdays. When George Foster was at the University of Georgia, Georgia had the best line in the country, and that wasn't just Griff's saying that. That really happened. He then got drafted by the Denver Broncos. Boo to their whole franchise. He know.
And then he went where?
Then played years there. Then went to Detroit. And played for the Lions. That gotta mean
Detroit.
Something.
Come on, baby.
Played for the Lions. Now it was the year the Lions.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. No, you're going too far.
That ain't the point. The point is, any man in America would pay to trade places with any dude in the NFL on a Sunday, and you did it. A great father, a man of God, and one of my closest friends. I hate the homies. One of my homies, George Foster.
What's up, G?
What's happening, y'all? I'm in the mix with y'all today, man. What's good?
Hey, man, we ain't gonna listen. I was born.
Tell him, Rock.
I was born in Detroit. I'm a Detroit Lion at heart. I was raised in Dallas, so I'm a Cowboy fan as well. So I'm a Cow Lion. People ask me like, "Yo, who you like?" So I wrote those are my two teams. But the 0-16 team, man, I hate bringing it up because people bring it up to me all the time and they be clowning me about it. You was part of that. What was it like?
Yeah.
By the time y'all was about 0-8, 0-9, like what was it like the rest of the way?
It's fun. Nobody ever asked for that perspective before, and I got a funny story that kind of ties it to that perspective. So around that time, you radio heads, Jeezy had the song "I Put On" with Kanye West. I put on for the city. I put on for my city. That's what we used to come out to. We used to come out to that. And so around week 8, we go to run out of that tunnel. and it was like some Nickelback playing or something. I was like, God, man, they figured out that we do not put on for the city. They said, no, y'all don't deserve this Jeezy. Yeah, y'all don't
Hey,
deserve
Jeezy.
this Jeezy.
No, what happened, George? Jeezy called the Detroit Lions and say, quit playing my song in that tune.
They are not putting on for the city. It's like,
that
hey,
is rich.
Oh,
the city was not pleased with the Detroit
man.
Lions that year. But man, let me tell you something, man. We can you imagine not when you not winning games at all, you trying your hardest not to beat that team to lose every game. So we was playing hard. We was playing hard as hell. We was going out there. We was trying to not beat that team. So it wasn't like we was going out there being a bunch of slappies every Saturday, every Sunday. We just weren't good. Our defense, we couldn't stop a nosebleed. Like so, it was just like that. But we was trying, man. We was trying. Like it was but it was definitely was not something that I'm proud of.
So George, was
But you
that
know
like
what?
the lowest? Was that the lowest
I
moment
feel
for
like you
you?
should say it. I feel like you should say it with your chest down, then ask whoever asking you, did you play? Did you ever try out for a camp? Was you ever invited to ever go to 32 teams and then say, we heard from somebody that heard that you
listen,
was that sweet
listen,
to go?
we was trash, bro. I can't get mad about being trash.
Hey,
we was trash.
Hey, whose fault was it,
That's
George?
in the
George,
that's
who,
huh?
whose fault was it, dog? For reals, dog. For reals.
Legit. And I hate to say this because you know they had some of my dogs over there. We just couldn't stop anybody. We couldn't stop anybody. Now offense, we weren't great, but defense, it was like statistically one of the worst. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
like if you can't play defense, if you can't play defense in the NFL, you ain't got no shot. You know what I'm saying? You
So
gotta
then it
have a
Well,
goes.
here,
tremendous offense.
So then
let's
it
get
goes
you
to
out
what I've
this
always
spirit
said,
right here.
George.
What you saying?
go
George,
ahead,
I
Jay.
always said that defense win championships. So you've been in the NFL. You played
Hmm.
the game. You hear what the league is trying to do now offensively, where quarterbacks can stay until they 40, 45 years old. Wide receivers can play for a long time. But when you look at defense in the end, they're trying to hold back the defense. But in the end, defense win championships, right?
uh, I'm somewhat biased as an offensive player, but uh,
Right.
defense you gotta be able to stop somebody. And as potent as some of these offenses are nowadays, it would do you very well to have a competent defense. Now, of course,
Man,
both sides, are responsible for winning. Like if you don't score, you don't win either. You know what I mean? 0-0, you know, that's not a win. It's not a loss, but it's not a win either. You know what I
right.
mean? Yeah, but defense is imperative nowadays. Like we might get around to it. I don't know what the rundown is, fully, but like you take my Georgia Bulldogs last year. That was probably the best defense I've ever seen, and not and I'm talking unbiasedly speaking. That's the best college defense I've ever seen, with the exception of the SEC championship, and we revenged that. In the national championship event versus Alabama. I never seen a team choke out people like that. That
Did you
much.
see
You know what
what
I mean?
they did to Michigan like they was the
Yeah,
sorriest team in
yeah,
the we had the
yeah. They
number
treat
one
them very bad.
the number one offense in the whole country, and they was disrespectful.
Well,
Yeah,
listen.
Yeah, man. So defense, like now offense. I won't disrespect Georgia's offense like that. They put up a lot of points. I can't lie. They did put up a lot of points, but that defense was something terrible, something nasty.
George,
You know what I mean?
George,
So, but to that effect, I think you're right.
let's go right into you playing at the University of Georgia. So in high school, was you just the best tackle? I know you from Macon, Georgia, Middle Georgia. Was you just a big giant dude who everybody was
I
like,
was
man,
just a,
y'all see?
I was just a big kid that liked to play sports. All of them, and I happened to be, I happen to can run and jump. and had long arms. And, you know what I mean? I was a steady product. I was not a superstar in high school. Did I make all state? Yeah. Did I make all city? Yeah. I wasn't an all American. I wasn't in these parade all American, stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was in Middle Georgia. I was in Macon Telegraph, Sweet 16 with a whole lot of bunch of really good guys that were much better than me. But I look at myself in retrospect as a work in progress and like a lot of potential that I fulfilled to for the most part.
Nice.
Well,
That's
speaking
dope.
of potential,
Mhm.
the college football playoffs are expanding from 4 teams to 12 teams.
Trash.
And
That's
this,
crazy.
in my opinion, this is potentially an amazing change. I love it. Now Griff's gonna say 8 would have been perfect, but the reason why I like the 12 teams is because there's more Cincinnati's out there. There's more Cinderella teams out there, and anybody can be beat on any given day. So I love the underdog, the David versus Goliath, shaking up the playoffs a little bit. Imagine
That
Alabama playing TCU in a playoff game, and TCU just happened to get hot that doggone day, and Alabama have 9 turnovers, and TCU upsets Alabama. That's a great story. I'm excited about this 12-team college football playoffs.
it's a great story, but
So
then
hold on, George.
TCU
We're gonna
meets
let you go last,
Oklahoma.
George.
Uh-huh.
We gonna let you go last, George, because I really want to hear what somebody who played in the SEC, somebody who every Saturday had to see somebody, and now you might get to play Appalachian State or Wyoming.
Come on.
I hate it.
Come on.
Hate it. I
love
hate
it.
First of all,
Love it.
4 was good, but I always felt the way about like number 5, number 6. So I like 8. I like 8 because number 1 should play number 8. If you that sweet, you should have no problem with playing the number 18 in the country. Now 12 mean number 1 play 12. That means Alabama gonna have to play South Carolina State.
And
I'm not a
Well,
fan.
what's wrong with that?
I just got a question. I know I'm going last, just so I can formulate my thoughts. Did they tell the format of everything yet?
No,
Because
we haven't.
it's somebody getting the bye. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? One might not have to play 12.
That's a good
You know what
point.
I
So
mean?
at this time of this airing this podcast, this is all we know. So we haven't dove deep into the parameters of everything yet.
That's a good that does make that make me feel better with what you just said though, George. Go ahead. Go ahead, Soup.
Even with the bye week, if that somehow happened for the number 1, number 2 team in the country, I would have been fine with 6 teams going in. I think right now they're being greedy. It's all about money. At the end of the day, they know how much money they could make from 12 teams being in big time
Believe that, though.
Okay, that's just it's about money.
They
But for
want
me,
Iowa State to
No
go,
question.
dog.
exactly. But at the end of the day, give me 6 teams, the 6 best teams in college football, and they go head to head. 4 was fine, but I think after you go from 6 to 8, I would be fine with 8. But after 8, I think you just watering down college football, and I don't want to see that. I want to see the 4 or 6 best teams go head to head against each other during the month of December.
Go ahead, George. Go ahead, George. I want to hear what you got to say.
Guest, George Foster.
I'm a avid football fan. So if they want to do 52 teams, I don't care. I'm gonna watch all of them.
Preach.
You know what I mean? It's more football. You know what I mean? And they're gonna pump it up. They're gonna make it. They're gonna put some fanfare behind it. It's gonna be a good product. You know what I mean? It's gonna be produced well. Somebody might get their backs blown out. But that's what you like. They get their backs blown out with the 14. Michigan got their back blew out. Cincinnati got their back blew out last year.
Come on, man.
What's the you know what I mean? So just might as well. If you want to make some more money, hey, I'm all for it. We get to watch some more football, And but I disagree with, who was it? Was it Day or was it Rox? He talking about, there are more Cincinnati's out there.
That was
Was
me.
that right? Now that I disagree with. All them Cincinnati will get their butt toe out the frame. like it's just like football is different. There's no Wichita State's basketball team. Like there's no, who's been making it like far in basketball at like the mid
Butlers
majors.
and
Ain't no mid majors in football. Mid majors get stomped in the ground in football. Easy. Like
I don't know.
it's a guarantee because football is heavily predicated on talent. I know that sounds like duh, but the teams it it's unfortunate, but the same five teams are gonna have a shot at the title every year.
All
Maybe
right.
5 to 7. It's gonna be like that forever, and it's not fair, but it is what it is because players, by and large, make college football. In the NFL, everybody good. So yes, the 0-16 team, they didn't go in 0-16 the next year. They beat somebody. They probably didn't. They probably didn't win a lot of games. So I went there, but they probably beat. And I'm pretty sure they beat somebody the next year because everyone's talented. And in college football, not everyone's talented. Like the team with all them 5 stars, they're gonna win the majority of their games.
I'm willing to test that theory just a little bit, George, because at one point in time, there's a certain college football team that was considered a mid-major, and they went on to build a powerhouse, and that would be Clemson. Would you agree or disagree?
No, Clemson out of mid major. You got to look like Clemson had Refrigerator Perry and like Clemson always been like the standard. Like so, it's not. It's like when I'm talking about mid majors, I'm talking about you got teams like
Marshall.
let me see Valparaiso going deep in the playoffs, like in the March
Basketball,
Madness.
right?
Yeah, like that don't happen in football. Like UMass not going nowhere in football. You know what I mean? Like Appalachian State, yeah, App State beat. I'm sorry, Griff. Yeah, they whooped up
I
on Michigan
know.
that year,
I'm about to
but they
say,
not. That's rare.
but that's
You
my
and
point. That's my point, George. It's rare, but it happened on any given day. It could happen, and that's what could make this 12 team doggone playoffs.
But that's the thing. They beat a Michigan team that wasn't that good. They beat a named Michigan team, but if they meet a Michigan that's in the playoffs, they're gonna get stumped.
Hey, I'm still
Hey,
willing.
George.
I'm willing to watch and find out.
Hey, George, wait a minute. Did you beat Alabama?
I never lost to Bama. Yeah, I beat Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Bama. Nick Saban is
Never lost, dog? How many years?
Nick. We didn't play him but one, but after I left, they played him a few times and they beat him. You know what I mean? It's just it it goes there. Sometimes there's cycles. You know what I mean? But when you got the juggernaut going, it's hard to see Bama not being good for forever. You know what I mean? Unless they just drop off recruiting. Unless
So
they just
George,
drop off, and I don't know how you drop off.
so George, do you have a problem with the college football? I guess the top 25 before the season even starts. They put the poll out of where Georgia was because they put Georgia number 3. They got Alabama number 1, Ohio State number 2. The team that just won a national championship is number 3.
Right.
What's your opinion about
that? At first, I was like, "What? Like, what's going on?" But you got to understand, Georgia in the NFL draft last year, Georgia set a record. They had 16 players drafted. That's the most for any college in the history of the NFL draft. When you lose that much talent, the people who make these, lists and polls and everything, they're gonna count that. They're gonna say how are they gonna replace all of that talent? You know what I mean? And fair enough, that's an unknown. That is an unknown. So three is all that matter is where you at in the end.
Why? I just believe that Utah is going to go to the swamp, dog, and get lifted. Them boys gonna be wearing gold chains on the side and everything else. Utah ain't ready for that. Utah don't want that smoke dog. George,
But see,
I think Utah gonna stump a mud hole in Florida.
listen. I'm liking George, man, because I root for the underdog. I root for now. Look, it don't always work
They're
out.
not an underdog though. They're not an underdog. You better look at the rankings.
Right. See, when you think about the SEC and any other team that's not in the SEC, they're gonna be considered an underdog just because of that theory. Just because of that.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with what's happening on the field. It's because of the image of the SEC versus anybody that's not in it. They're gonna already be the underdogs. So that's what I mean by that. But you're right.
It's just what Utah did last year. That's the reason. You know what I mean? Utah lined up and 13 personnel. There's one running back, 3 tight ends, and they just shove it down your throat. That's what they do. That's their MO. And I don't know, like now Florida gonna have more talent than most. Just off GP. They gonna jump off the porch with talent. But they haven't built it back up to the Florida standard just yet. And they got a new coach. You got to see what this coach is about, what the staff is about. I'm pretty sure I don't know much about. I don't keep up with lines and the bets and all that. But I wouldn't think that Florida would be the favorite. I'm not. I could be wrong, but I don't. If I had to guess, they wouldn't be the favorite. Just depending on how the seasons ended for both teams. And Utah beat up last year. Did they beat up?
They was in the Rose Bowl or something.
They went to the Rose Bowl, and they beat somebody good, really bad last year. So,
Ohio State go to the Rose. Was it Ohio State? It was Ohio State.
So, I believe so. So like Utah got a good program, and they really always have. You know what I mean? Back with the Urban Meyer days. You know what I mean? Utah always been solid. Alex Smith, you know what I mean? They go back far as far as being a solid program. Right. So we're gonna see, man. It's gonna be hard as fish grease down there in the swamp, though. I tell you that.
I remember Ohio State won that game 48-45, but they was losing most of the game, and then Ohio State came back.
But who did Utah beat though last year? They beat somebody really bad.
Big game that made them. They got them. I can't remember. What you think about USC? You think USC going with this new quarterback boy from Oklahoma and this coach? You think USC just going to disrespect UCLA and Stanford and all them like that, Oregon and all them, dog?
They getting what they getting is, you never know, it might work out there in the Pac-12. You know, they getting a lot of offensive talent out there just off the strength of Lincoln Riley's name. You know what I mean? He put up a lot of points, a lot of stats at Oklahoma, and them boys want that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get the best receivers, they're gonna get the best quarterbacks. But when it boils down to playing that ball, it's the trenches. You know what I mean? Like that's where it matters. You know what I mean? When it comes down to the last 4 teams in the country, is who a dog in them trenches. And that's what happened in the playoffs last year. The 2 teams that won the trenches went on to the national championship. You know what I mean? So USC has to build in the trenches along with all that offense that they're recruiting.
All right, so George, you can definitely continue to hang out with us, man. We're gonna shift gears and talk about the homies top 5 movies that we can watch over and over and over again. Super Dave, we're gonna let you go first, man. What is your top 5 movies that you can never get tired of and always watch over and over again?
Don't laugh at any of my movies, man. Don't do that.
Don't tell us what to do.
I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Oh no, we ain't gonna laugh at that.
The one Star Wars movie I can watch over and over again it'll come out over the weekend on Labor Day weekend, but The Empire Strikes Back. My kids go crazy. I have them doing lines from the movie. especially when Darth Vader tells Luke, "What?
Nice.
I'm your father."
Hey, Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi are the top two of the Star Wars series. Period. Those two.
The Dark Knight Rises. I mean, the Dark Knight, not the Dark Knight, not the Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger as the Joker. That was the best Batman I've ever seen. I can watch that anytime. Denzel Washington in Equalizer,
all these.
the first one. When that comes on, takes my breath away each and every time. Rocky IV.
I mean,
can't go wrong with Drago.
Yes,
He's
sir.
fighting the Russian, the big Russian.
Those are good.
And then my favorite song on there is No Easy Way Out. And then my last one, Grease 2. You can't beat Grease 2. Whenever that comes on, I get all of my emotions and my feelings, and I'm watching Grease 2 and listen to every song that's coming out.
Hold on, dog. Hold on.
To be honest, I don't even remember Grease. Like, what's Grease 2?
Grease.
That might as well.
Grease 2
That might
ain't
as well
even
be
have
Belly. That might as well.
Travolta, dog.
That might as well be Belly 2.
Right.
Like, what are we talking about?
He said
I
not
didn't like
Grease
Grease.
1. but
I didn't like
Grease 2.
Grease 1. I didn't
Not
like
Grease 1. Grease
No.
2.
Grease 2.
Who is that Grease 2? Steve Martin? What is it? What is it?
Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta was in Grease 1, right?
Yeah, John Travolta was in Grease 1.
Right.
And
Michelle
Olivia
Pfeiffer.
Newton-John.
Michelle Pfeiffer in Grease 2.
Okay.
It was a bunch of backup, dog. It was awful.
Did you see it?
But guess what? Them is your movies, dog. We not judge. This is not judging.
Right.
We judging with
Them yours.
We're not
Yeah.
really judging. I like that you can watch Grease 2 when it's on, dog. You would have been a really popular fake Fonzie. What about yours?
Man.
What about yours, Rock T? Let me hear.
Man, I'm going Dumb and Dumber. The first one, of course, Dumb and Dumber.
That's an amazing movie.
Man, come on now.
Laughing just thinking about it, dog.
Come on, bro.
An amazing movie.
We normally don't pick up hitchhikers, but I feel pretty good about this.
Oh, yeah, that is his
Sell up, partner. Colombiana. Oh my goodness, it's probably one of the coldest fight movies off the chain, man. It's something about a chick fighting. You know what I mean? The Avengers.
Nope.
The Avengers, like all day long. I'm an Incredible Hulk fan, and when they bring them all together and they come fight, I love it.
You've been
Breaking
watching
One.
She-Hulk?
Oh yeah, I'm ready for that. Breaking One, not 2. Breaking One, the first one. Even though the acting is horrible, I love that movie. I love that movie. I love it, man. I was a breakdancer back in the day, so there you go. And my fifth movie.
Go ahead.
Fifth movie, funniest of all time. It's hard to top it. I can't believe he tried to make a part 2, Coming to America.
Huh? Yeah, them is all. That's a great list. Yeah, that's an awesome list. George, you should be writing yours down too, because we want to know.
I got an idea.
George, just go and put Grease 2 on there. Just go and put Grease 2.
No, I'm not gonna put Grease 2.
Go ahead,
so
Griff.
I like. Oh, we're gonna let Griff go.
Yeah, let me go, and then I'll let you go. Yeah, you the guest, homie. You just
okay.
We just want to talk to you because you hella cool though.
Let me see if I got.
Let me do it the proper way. My number 5 is any of the Matrix. My number 4 saw Coco. I saw it in the movie theater in all Spanish with American subtitles, and I am a fan. That's a big
Coco, the animation
movie dedicated to all the essays. Coco. My third one, and one of my favorite movies in the whole world, is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Jack Nicholson. That Jack Nicholson got his first Oscar because of that movie, and we read that book when I was growing up. Number 2 is Moana. You're welcome. I love Moana, dog.
Right.
And my number one movie I could watch anytime and rewind it if I missed it is Remember the Titans.
That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I did some camps at school before.
Hey, Griff, you was breaking up. So what was your number 5 again?
Remember? Oh, my number 5.
Yeah.
Grease
The
2.
Matrix. Any of them.
Yeah, there it is. All right, George, it's on you, bud.
Yeah.
Hey man, in no particular order. Gotta love Harlem Nights. I can't believe none of y'all said that one.
That is a good
Yeah.
job, George.
Yeah.
That's instant. That's instant. And I bet y'all watch it anytime it's on TV. If it come on, you gonna watch it. I
You know
promise
it.
you.
You absolutely.
Ain't none of y'all flip the channel.
Right.
You know what I mean? I gotta go with Rock T. I wasn't mad at the second one, Coming to America. I wasn't mad at it at all. I liked the story. It was cool. It was still funny. I knew some people in it. You know, it's cool.
Me
It's
too.
cool to see people that
Yeah,
you know get a shot at the screen. You know, so it was cool. I liked it. Life, hilarious movie. A
Good movie.
lot of
man.
star power. You know what I'm saying? The
Oh,
late
man.
great Heavy D, Over Babatunde, Eddie and Martin. You know what I mean? What's my man? He passed. You gonna eat your cornbread, Goldmouth. You know,
Yeah.
Bokeem Woodbine.
Big Bear.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Man, it was. You know, that was a great movie, man.
Bernie Mac.
My favorite, Bernie Mac. Man, come on, man. Guy Torrey. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Who? What was
The dude
Anthony
who was in
Anderson there?
Joanna Man.
Shut your mouth and your fat ass, boy. Anthony Anderson was in there. You know what I mean? You said Joanna Man. You know he's 60 something. Oh, that's not the subject. That's
I just
crazy. He
saw
looked
him
like a
on
young
something.
man.
What's his name?
Yeah,
It's Spanish.
Miguel
It's Spanish,
Nunez.
right?
Nunez.
Yes, sir.
Nunez.
Yeah.
Nunez. He's 60 something. Like wow.
Yeah.
Um, Next, my favorite, my four in no particular order. This my fourth one. My favorite Christmas movie of all time ever. I will watch it 60 times in a row. Elf. Will Ferrell is my guy in that movie.
Elf. Yes.
That's what
Elf.
that's one of my favorite movies. General.
That is
Definitely my top
hilarious.
Christmas movie.
How are you?
Hey,
Hey.
what he say? Santa, I know him.
Hey, when he got on that escalator and went into them splits.
Pretty good.
Hey, he know how to go up the escalator.
Oh, that movie is hilarious.
My man didn't know how to go up the escalator. That was wild.
That's a wonderful
and
movie, dog.
and I'll tell you my last one, some movie I used to watch. When I got my, you know, I was a rookie. I got my house in Denver. I had like one piece of furniture. I had a love seat. I had a big old TV and a DVD player. And I used to watch Finding Nemo all the time.
Yeah. I love a good animation film, man. I ain't gonna lie.
All the time. Finding Nemo was my jam.
Hey, we
You
got.
know what I mean?
If y'all don't mind, I want to do 5 quick honorable mentions. Okay, starting with the animation. Doggone it. I just went blank that fast. Jesus.
Grease 2.
No, with Eddie Murphy and Michael Morris. With the freaking green guy. Animated film.
Nope.
Come on, man.
Animated
Yes.
with Eddie Murphy.
Yes, he's the donkey.
Shrek.
Shrek. There you go. Shrek
Shrek
1.
was cold.
Shrek 1. Then we got Scarface. I can't believe none of us said Scarface with Al Pacino.
Scarface cool.
Friday, the first one.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Friday when George was talking. I was like, I wonder if it's gonna be Friday.
And then Will Smith's Ali and Malcolm X.
Very good. Very good.
I'm a real movie dude. Like I watch the producers on the DVD talk over the whole movie with like some of the actors. Like I care about the shots, how they cut the day. Oh, this shot right here, we ain't had no gas, and we had to like. I love every single thing that has. I like the key grips. Talking about we ran out of. I love cinema. I'm a cinephile, and I can watch all movies over and over again for real. Anything that won an Oscar, every year I find out who was nominated for the Oscars, and I watch all them movies. Sometimes it be in the last 2 movies right before the Oscars start on Sunday. But I watch Grease 2. I watched Nomad.
Grease 2 was in the trash can with Oscar the Grouch.
And they won everything.
So look here, man.
I said Grease 2 was in the trash can with Oscar the Grouch. That's the only Oscar Grease 2 was associated with.
On that note, hey man, George, we appreciate you joining us this week. Before we go though, at the point of this time, at this moment, we got to shout out to our sister Serena Williams. At this time, she's getting ready to get on the court for the third round of the U.S. Open. The next time y'all talk to us, we're going to find out if she won that whole thing or not. But the way she's playing right now, oh, my goodness. She already knocked out the number 2 player in the country.
Listen, the way she mopped up number 2, dog, without, and then at the end, they was like, did you have any difficulty? She said, what'd you say?
I'm Serena.
Yeah, did you surprise yourself?
Yeah, she made the
She wanted to say, shoot. You know what she wanted to say.
Hell yeah. Like,
did y'all hear what she said after that number 2 person? Did y'all hear what she said? She said the one thing that calmed her down, that got her ready for that match, was watching Grease 2. She watched that, it got her ready for what she was doing.
I don't know what you was watching.
Man, let me get out of here, man. You jive. You on that jive.
George, man, anybody you want to shout out to, you can put your social media out there. If you got some projects going on, go ahead and share it to the world.
I'm George Foster 72 on everything. Yeah. Ain't got much going on, but being the best dad I could be. I got the 100 Sanford podcast, UGA content. We heavy on the football right now. 100 Sanford podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts at, we be on there talking about. Go back and check out the last episode from earlier this week. We talking about the Oregon-Georgia matchup that's in Mercedes-Benz Stadium this weekend. I might be around there. Some of the festivities. Hey, they're gonna get blessed. We're gonna baptize them a little bit, get the bless on. But hey, it's all good. You know, we're the defending champs. You might get blessed against the defending champs. It happens.
There it is, man.
George and George Foster 72, y'all, on everything, and we'll put them all, everything that got to do with this whole episode.
Yes, sir.
And George, who's the best person on defense for this University of Georgia team, dog?
Probably Jalen Carter, number 88, the defensive tackle. He's probably going to be a top 10 pick in next year's draft.
There it is.
You got Keely Ringo too at cornerback. He sealed the deal versus Alabama last year with an interception return. Those are probably the top 2 guys over there.
Nice. Appreciate you, man. Love you. Say hi to all the kids for me.
For sure, man. Y'all be good.
Hey, make sure y'all continue to follow, subscribe, download, all that good stuff, man. Continue to 5-star reviews. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for listening to I Hate the Homies podcast every week. I'm Rock TZ.
It's your boy Griff, man, the first homie, and I hate the homies.
And it's your boy Super Dave watching Grease 2 this weekend. Seeing Michelle Pfeiffer go, cool rider. I want a cool rider. Oh, what y'all laughing at? We don't care.
Sing the song again, dog. Sing me some more of the song, dog.
Nah, I'm not even gonna stick around for that, man. I'm out of here.
R-I-D-E-R. I want a cool rider. A cool rider. Yeah, you like that.
I hate the homies.